here's Brody Brazil.
You know, it's one of the main sayings of baseball, 3 strikes and you're out. But quite honestly, entering this 2024 campaign, it feels like Major League Baseball as a business is up against 4 totally different strikes. And individually, any one of these headlines would catch your attention and would cause some question and controversy, whether it's the Ohtani gambling thing, the A's relocation saga, those transparent new jerseys that fans are about to see in person for the very first time, or news that ESPN as a national broadcaster might be trying to opt out of their current contract with baseball. Any one of those things individually would be enough, but collectively, it kind of puts baseball in a tough bind as a start for this season. Now, they say it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but the start of this season, again, is not good. Some might say it's lit. I don't think baseball wants to be lit like this right now. So let's dive into each one of these stories and go into a little further detail. The Ohtani saga, it's just underway, and it could take a while. And even if some conclusions are realized, you still have to win over public perception. If Ohtani really didn't do anything, it needs to be glaringly clear for everyone. Otherwise, there's going to be question and confusion and controversy, and the conversation is just going to continue. And again, because there's also a federal investigation involved, not just Major League Baseball's own internal findings, there's a federal investigation tied to this. So they have to happen in tandem. You know one's not going to conclude with baseball before the federal investigation. It's going to take some time. It's going to drag through this baseball season. Ideally, all this stuff would have come up in the offseason, and it gets talked about, discussed, and realized before opening day. But that's not the case. Baseball is going to have to deal with this, and the Dodgers are going to have to deal with this for quite some time. And for baseball, it also presents a difficult intersection between betting and Major League business issues, and clearly those two things are intentionally kept separate when it comes to the players, but definitely not separate when it comes to the fans. So there's a lot going on for baseball in front of everybody, but also behind the scenes with this saga. There's also the A's relocation issue, which obviously deals with a lot of things. The owners have approved it. There's been public funding approved in Las Vegas and the state of Nevada, but even that might be challenged. And at the quickest, if everything went according to the A's plan, 2028 would be opening day on the Strip. Even that, though, is several years away, several years of an interim home, and obstacles that exist to go along with the approvals that already exist. There's the growing fan sentiment, obviously, of displeasure, not just in Oakland, but across Major League Baseball for the relocation of this team. If this all could happen much quicker and in an expedited fashion, I think baseball fans in general would look at it different. But the fact that so much time has already taken place on this story and this headline, and there's still years and years to go, if it actually does become a realization, this is something else baseball is increasingly having to deal with from a public perception front. Then there's the whole ESPN contract, the national rights contract, one of them, but one of the biggest and longstanding contracts that baseball has had. And ESPN a couple years ago already downsized their package. They took away a couple things. They put forward less effort and less production into this package. And now, per multiple reports, there was one initially that said they might opt out of this contract, which does go to 2028. They might opt out in 2025. Others have now said they might opt out as soon as the end of this season. I'll put links and all the details to those stories down below. Hard to reference them here in real time, but I will put those down below for you to check out for yourself. That's not good for baseball as a business, to the tune of $550 million per season that's split evenly across all the teams. ESPN apparently says they want a little bit more out of this contract. I don't know what baseball is willing to give up, how baseball could give them some more, but it's not good that a network like ESPN that still has a lot of national power and control over the sporting scene. I mean, look, they promote the NFL and NBA so well, and they're trying to back off and back away from Major League Baseball. Again, one of its longer standing properties, and they're changing their tune on the contractual status reportedly. So this may not be one of the more obvious things from a fan standpoint, like fans won't exactly see this right in front of their eyes, but this is going on behind the scenes, and that is not good for Major League Baseball. And how about the whole jersey issues, right? And I don't mean to throw Fanatics as the headline here, but Nike as well as Major League Baseball, they hold equal responsibility in all of this. I know people mention Fanatics, and I've done some videos on Fanatics, but think about Major League Baseball, who got handed versions of these jerseys and said, you know what, yeah, you can run with this. Or Nike, who apparently were the ones that came up with the initial design for Fanatics to fabricate. Nobody stopped these new jerseys, which do look different. They don't look customary or as traditional. Some have the transparency issue of the pants where you can see the jersey tucked in. The lettering across the back is a much smaller, less readable font. The jersey construction is meant to be more lightweight, but looks and feels just a little bit less on the quality angle. And here's the deal. You might be wondering, well, wait, isn't this kind of a dead issue? It came up about a month ago and it's kind of died down and simmered away. No, I'm putting this last here of the 4 strikes, but here's the deal. I don't think there's been any modifications to those jerseys. There's also this, by the way. Sorry, I want to go back on this. The two-tone jersey colors of like the St. Louis Cardinals. They're road grays. Their tops have more of a blue-gray look, and their pants have more of a straight gray tone to them. But I mention all this because I don't think there have been any modifications. Nike, Fanatics, and baseball haven't gone back to at least publicly correct this problem. And so far, fans have only been seeing these jerseys in Arizona and Florida Cactus and Grapefruit League games. So now we're about to see these teams tour the country in front of tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands of fans. And they're going to get a firsthand look and view of these new jerseys in their team shops. The fans are about to be exposed to all of this way more than they were in the last month and a half with spring training only going on basically in 2 states. So we're about to go full scale with these new jerseys and have everybody get their hands on them and look at them and buy them and evaluate them with no modifications that have been done. And maybe some small things have gone on behind the scenes. I did hear that tailors were being involved to help more customize the jerseys, the pants, and the tops a little bit better to fit the players better. But in terms of the overall design of that Nike Vapor Elite chassis, whatever it's called, I don't know that they've actually gone forward. And I'm not just talking about Fanatics here. Nike and Major League Baseball don't seem like they're very invested in trying to fix or alter this issue. Again, it seemed like it was in the past, but it's about to reemerge because so many people will see it up front. So Major League Baseball dealing with a lot of different things right now. None of these are easy things. None of these are simple fixes. Obviously, you'd like to try and get ahead of all of them and take care of all of them. But it seems like some of those things are going to linger in front of us and also behind the scenes probably throughout this 2024 season. You made it here to the end of the video. You know I appreciate that. Thumbs up down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I mean, if you're just seeing me and this channel for the very first time, that's great. I appreciate it. I'm glad you found me. But real quick, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below so I can definitely see you back here next time.